day 3 on the Traralgon to Sydney road trip. Today is the big day because I get to cross the 2 bridges that I've been looking for. So that's the Seacliff Bridge just outside of Wollongong, and of course the famous iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge. I'm just packing up. I've almost got everything out of this beautiful little motel, but just to show you what it looks like from the outside. So it's definitely, I don't know, it looks cute enough, but you wouldn't expect this sort of quality on the inside. Well, at least not me anyway. But it was a pleasure to stay here. It was so comfortable last night and warm, and the bed was comfy. Bathroom was fantastic, shower's great. So yeah, highly recommend the Mollymook Motel if you're passing through here. Yeah, anyway, I'm keen to kick on. I've got about 300 k's to do. I'm expecting some rain today, but hopefully not until later this afternoon, so I can at least do the Seacliff Bridge without getting chucked down on, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and apologies, you won't be seeing this until hopefully everything's resolved, but I'm having some delays getting the day 2 video uploaded, so it keeps getting to 97% on YouTube and then stopping. So that's been fun. Anyway, I'll see you along the road, and thanks for joining in. Okay, here we go. Our start point for day 3, rolling out of the Mollymook Hotel. Just want to have a quick look down at Mollymook. Apparently the beach is quite nice. But I'm very keen to get a wriggle on because the radar is showing some rain coming through here pretty soon. So it's 8:02, so almost bang on 8 o'clock, and I'm making a move, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So it's a Monday today. Everyone's going about their work. Looks like a nice golf course there. Oh wow, yeah, that is a nice looking beach. Oh, we got swimmers out there, which is pretty cool. Oh, what a cool little spot. Alright, I'd best crack on and get going, so I'll see you down the road. Thanks for coming with me. Hey, welcome back. I just took a turn out of Nowra, I think it was Nowra, and I'm doing what I think is a coastal route that'll take me around the coast to Wollongong. The traffic in Nowra was getting pretty intense because it's kind of 9 o'clock now. So I thought, oh bugger it, I'll pull off and go this way, and the GPS is recalculated and it's only added 5 minutes to the journey, so I'm happy with that. And it's already much nicer than being stuck surrounded by cars and trucks getting to and from work. So yeah, I'll try and grab some scenic footage along the way like that. And I'll probably see you, hopefully the next time I'll talk to camera will be at Seacliff Bridge. So I'll talk to you then. Okay, here we go, onto the Seacliff Bridge. It's very busy coming the other direction, so hopefully it'll be a bit better this way. What is it, 60? Here goes nothing. I did come over beforehand. There's a pod of whales just over to my right. I tried to get them on the drone, but I don't think I did. They were pretty elusive. We're about to swing onto the cantilevered bit. Here goes nothing. So apparently this bridge was built to replace one that was butted up against the cliff originally, and they decided to replace that with this because they were having to close that bridge too often, or that road too often, with collapses from the cliff. I read that it cost about, back in 2005 when it was built, so in December 2005 it was completed, so it's almost 20 years old, cost about $54 million. And by today's standards that would be about $86 to $89 million, I believe. There we go, that was pretty cool. Which I think is pretty good value for that. It's incredible. So this was the more traditional type of road that it replaced. You can see they've had to put up mesh to stop all the the landslides from falling down. That was very cool. Definitely worth a trip. Well, now we're into the last part of the to Sydney journey, which is to arrive at Sydney, hopefully via the Harbour Bridge. So let's head that way now. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for enjoying that landmark with me. It's good to have you along. Alright, I'll see you down the road. Okay, well, it's been an absolute mission, but I've almost made it to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. I spotted it in the distance before. My God, has it been difficult to get around Sydney. It looks like I'm on the right track now. So I think I'll keep the cameras running and cut to when I get there, because the traffic is pretty thick. So best I'm not playing with the cameras. Says I'm only 2 minutes away now. Should pop into view any moment now. Wonder if we can spot the Opera House. There it is, I can see the top of the Opera House. Fail me now, GoPro. This is your time to shine. Wow, have a look at this. This is fantastic. That was definitely worth it. Second iconic bridge. Fair to say that one was on a much bigger scale than the last one. That was impressive. Alright, now I've got to work out where I'm going next. Well, I may have just done the stupidest thing I've ever done, so I thought what better to do than to put it on the internet. I'm not gonna lie, Sydney traffic stresses me out. The amount of roadworks and the fact that none of the roadworks are listed on my GPS meant that I've been riding around lost for ages. And the traffic here is mental. Do people here ever have any regard for each other? I can't believe, just represents what's wrong with the world at the moment. Just people trying to get a little bit ahead by stepping on other people. So anyway, I crossed the bridge, started moving onto our apartment, and then I thought, nah, I can feel I'm dysregulated. I need to have a break. So I found a nice park to pull up in. It's very quiet. I parked my bike on the grass, started taking some stuff on it because I was going to sit down and have a rest, and probably after about 10 minutes, I think, of just letting it sit there, the stand just sunk into the grass, and it toppled over, which in itself isn't too bad. The worst thing is, it's landed directly on top of my helmet, and my helmet is it's no longer shaped the way it should be, so I'm gonna have to get a new helmet. The visor won't shut, the internal screen won't flip down, and you can just see the chin bar doesn't line up with the top of the helmet anymore, so it's cactus. Anyway, it'll have to do until I can get somewhere where I can buy a helmet, and hope that Melanie, who's in the air right now, doesn't kill me for spending this money, because I would. Anyway, I might see you at the motorbike shop. I'll see you soon. Bye. Well, hello. I forgot to sign off yesterday as usual. So I'm just sitting here on the balcony of our apartment here in Sydney. It's Tuesday, so it's actually day 4 of my trip. We've just had a date. We went to the museum and there was a Lego exhibition there, which was so cool. I'll put a link to it in the description, because if you're up this way, then definitely worth going to see it. We really enjoyed it and would recommend it to anyone. The last clip you saw was on a bit of a downer, because I had that mishap with my bike, which I suppose I could see the funny side of. So basically my trusty old shoey that everyone knows who's been watching the channel for a while, it's probably hard to tell, but it's a bit skew-iff now. Things like the internal visor don't flip down, and it's just stuffed. There's no other way to put it. So I managed to get to an AMX store, which wasn't very far away. I probably, in hindsight, I was pretty frazzled when it all happened. Maybe I should have just gone. It doesn't matter, you can't change what happened. But anyway, I decided to go with I tried on quite a fair few helmets. Ended up spending a little bit more than I wanted to, and I bought Nex. I think it's called an X-Web 3, but don't quote me on that. And I've gone for an adventure helmet this time, which I wasn't too fussed about. I kind of prefer, because I do mostly highway miles, I prefer a road helmet, but I can take the peak off if I decide I don't like it. And on nice days like today, when the sun's really bright, it might actually be helpful to have. And also the reason I went for it is because it came with a tinted visor, a pin lock, and it even comes with 3 attachments to attach a GoPro. So you don't even need to buy or order any aftermarket stuff or modify the helmet in any way. It just comes with all that stuff. So once I saw all that, I was kind of sold, and I figured the extra I spent, and mind you, it's still still cheaper than the Shoei and the Arise that I tried on, so still ended up probably a little bit better off. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Fits well, it's incredibly comfortable. It smells much better than my old helmet, which I've logged a fair few. Well, I reckon I've had it for just over 3 years, and I've logged a lot of kilometers in it. So it was probably due to freshen up. Probably would have liked to have pushed it out to about 5 years, but that's all right. Yeah, but the bike's fine. The bike was absolutely fine. It was cushioned. The impact was cushioned by my helmet. Yeah, so that was fun. But yesterday was awesome. The weather was amazing. Both bridges did disappoint. It was sensational. I was just sorry that I got overwhelmed by the traffic. It is really hectic here, and probably takes a little while to get used to. But I'm looking forward to spending a few days here, and I'll head off on Friday. And yeah, I'm looking forward to choosing a route back. It looks like the weather this weekend is going to be really nice. I did have something pop up that I wanted to mention quickly. I know this video is going long. But the dealer called me to say that my replacement fuel sender had come in today, and I said, hey look, I'm in Sydney at the moment, do you mind if I give you a buzz back when I get home? And his response puzzled me a little bit. He goes, well, you should hurry up because it's a warranty product, I can't hang on to it for long and I have to send it back to CFMOTO. And I was like, well, okay, but if it's been allocated to me, surely you can just hold on to it until I can get a chance to take it in to get it serviced, get it fixed, because I live a good 2 hours away from the dealer as well. But anyway, he wanted me to get there by Tuesday next week, which isn't going to happen. I'm just taking a week off work, so that's future Ben's problem to sort out. But another little chink in the armour of CFMOTO, and mate, I'd really like your honest critique. Should I be accepting of the fact that after returning from a holiday, I should then say to my employer, or both employers I should say, because on Tuesday I work 2 jobs, should I then say to both of them, hey guys, I know I've just got back from having a week off, but I need to have a day off immediately to take my motorbike down to get fixed again? So tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Am I being unreasonable, or do you think the dealer should just hold on to the part and wait till I'm goddamn good and ready to get it fixed? Let me know. Anyway, I'll see you when I'm ready for the ride home, and yeah, take care.